Wait, uh-oh. Wait, whoa, what? What's happening? Hello? Sorry about that feedback. Why is that happening? Okay, question. Firstly, what up, Christopherson? And secondly, RIP headphone users. Thirdly, how's my mic volume right now? It's fine, right? What the heck? Something super weird is happening. Yeah, Okay. Is it? Oh, wait, the buzz is back. Hmm. Wait a second. I'll sort this out. Oh, I'll try to. Um, yeah. How's the buzz right now? There's no buzz right now, right? It's only when I do this. Um, okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but my mic is way louder. It's way louder than it has been. Usually I keep the mic level cranked up, then I have to turn everything else down, but it's like, I don't know if I hit something, but it's changed. It's a crisis, Christopherson. Wait a second. Is my mic still okay at this volume? It's like, yeah, like I said, it sounds way louder for me, and it's feeding back. But I can't hear what you guys hear, so you'll have to let me know. And my S11 saved bank has been deleted. What a day. Bam. There we go. Got the green screen kind of working. Maybe it looks better than it used to anyways. This is your first stream, Sick Wicked. Thank you for tuning in. This is my first masterclass in the new room, the new space. Hopefully everything still looks all right. Is it dark over here? I'll maybe have to fix that with some lighting stuff, if so. But we can, we'll get dialed in. How's everyone doing? What up, Dal? What up, who else is in the chat? Supalupicus, Sick Wicked, with the follow on Twitch, in the YouTube and the Twitch channel. Thank you. Yeah, Twitch is probably the preferred platform because of the chat stuff up there. But I do read the YouTube comments as well. Mr. Shim, how are you doing? Man, it'd be nice if I could get the flicker away from these lights on the mixer, eh? Like, yeah. Does anyone know if that's even possible? Because these lights flicker, and those are the only lights that are these ones flickering? Not really. So it's like the different lights on the mixer are different frequencies. Wild. All right. I'll stop obsessing over the details. What up, Ultra? Oh shoot. I just realized something. Give me 1 sec. Yeah, no, I get that. I get that for sure, Dal. It's just like, notice how not all the lights on the mixer are the same frequency. So is that something that can be resolved? I don't know. 1 second. I need to find my markers for the notation. I forgot to find them. 1 second. All right. Crisis averted. um. All right. Yeah. No. Moved rooms. Moved everything around. Um. Yeah. Bum, bum, bum. That's right. Yeah, for sure. We are all here for obsessiveness. Um. Yeah. Man. I don't know. Maybe I'll mess with some different. But it's it's the shutter speed, right? Will affect the flickering. Um. Yeah. It's not the. I mean, it is what it is. We do the best we can. Shutter speed and frame rate. Right. But frame rate is not really like frame rate you kind of have to lock in, right? So isn't it like the shutter speed is essentially what you try and finesse? Yeah. Yeah, it's just the it's just stupid. Maybe I can just tape over those lights. No. Anyways, how is everyone doing? Shutter speed 120 and frame rate 60 FPS. I'll have to check what it is. My camera's mounted way up high, so I can't actually see. Oh, that's weird. Why is it? It keeps trying to focus when I put that thing there. Um, yeah, I can't stream in 60 FPS though. Internet's not good enough. Anyways, how's everyone doing today? We are. Let me see. I'm going to cover a few of the different topics that were discussed in the masterclass. Ideas. What marker color should I use? First, oh, after a long trip, nice. Where'd you head? What up, Mr. Def Switch? So yeah, nice, good tip, Dal. Thank you. I appreciate all the camera and lighting aficionados giving me tips. There's a lot to navigate in this world of things. Montana, nice. Where's Montana? I don't know. I don't know where the states are. That's gotta be south though, right? Cool. All right. So, oh, borders California. Okay. Makes sense. It borders Canada. Oh, it borders Canada, not California. Really? Oh, it must be out west then. Never been there yet. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna talk about a few things, but I figured I'd start with one that was pretty straightforward. Somebody asked about scratch notation. I'm not sure how deep we're gonna get with it. Camera, stop autofocusing. But yeah, to me, scratch notation is a good way of just like sort of seeing click patterns, and being able to just sort of like lay something out so you can follow it piece by piece. So it's a good thing to learn. But I think, and this is something that's got me in hot water in the past, apparently. But I think scratch notation is like fairly limited, and you want to just be careful that you're sort of using it in the right way. So, for me, basically, yeah, I saw the beat juggle notation too. That's it. It. I mean, it. I'll just say this. It was beat juggle notation that was written by someone who can't beat juggle. So the quality of it was about the same level. Let's move on from that though. So for scratch notation, I think the main uses of it are sort of like notating individual techniques, and being able to translate something you hear into notation or to be able to teach or show people, it's good for that. Um, but the thing that I think I would be wary of for some people, like some people get like you've seen a big piece of paper with 1,000 notated scratches or whatever. To me, that's like not that useful or shouldn't like it's not the main. You shouldn't really be going too deep into that. Essentially, like scratching, turntablism, like it's music, and I think it's important to basically hear things and then learn them, and hear things that sound cool to you. Because in the bigger picture, like that's how you develop style. That's something that's very underrated sometimes, rather than just developing techniques and collecting every technique you can, like their Pokemon. That's fun, but if you just learn techniques from like a sheet of paper and you've never heard them and you don't know what they sound like in context, I think it's missing a lot of it. So, it's better to hear something, then try to translate it or get someone to translate it into notation. And then that's like a good way of doing it. Yeah. And the way that I use notation, I mostly don't notate faderless stuff too much. Aside from tears, you can notate tears, but a lot of stuff like hydroplanes or waves even, a lot of that stuff is not that practical to notate. So it's more the click patterns and directions. So let's start super basic. So basically, there's like sort of there's two main parts of every piece of scratch notation for the most part is going to be an angle upwards, angle downwards. And this is so we got what's this axis? Axis is record rec position. That's your rec pose. And then here is time. So record position over time. If you had a straight line like this, it means that your record is not moving, but time is moving. And if you had a straight line like this, it means that you teleported your record, probably. Oh, just a second, Kevin. That's annoying. One sec. Yeah, I'm dropping crazy frames. Why is that happening? Um, um, 1 second. I'm just gonna do a quick speed test. Let me try that. Let me see if that somehow fixed something. I had my monitor hooked up. Oh man. Sorry. I may be having internet issues. And I may have to deal with that not on stream. We might just have to deal with it right now. Yeah, it looks a little sketchy. Yeah, it's annoying because it was good the other streams. I might have to get a hard wire in here. Yeah. Anyways, so it's not the video card. No, it's the internet. I mean, yeah, I don't think the router. No, it's. I moved to a new room, guys. It's a new room. I'm further from the internet, so yeah. I just thought the last streams that it worked well, that it was fine, but Obviously, we're having issues. Jeez. Okay. You guys have to let me know though. Is it continuable or is it is it really bad? Because on my end, I'm getting red. Like, yeah, I see. Just it's dropping. It's dropping every. It's dropping a lot of frames right now. The audio is stable, but the video is not. Yeah, and I have nothing running. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We'll see. I'll work through the notation, and then no, hard reset means we end the stream, Lizard. I'm not resetting the router. Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about the notation. We'll see how it goes. I might just have to cut this stream and then get a hardwire in here for the next one. Yeah, because it's fine yesterday and the other two streams, I believe. Yeah. No, the quality's not. It's on my end. There's no. Yeah. I appreciate the troubleshooting, but I can just see in my OBS what's happening. The internet's just too slow. Okay. So, basically for the record, we have these three options. We have forward and back. We have, well, this last one's not really an option. The record not moving, and just staying in place. So just holding the record, and then straight up isn't really an option. Like, yeah, it's somebody said it's like a needle skip maybe, or if you hit a cue point or something like that. I guess that's what that would be. But so this isn't really one. And then you can kind of combine these two. So if we did, let's see, we did this, bam, over, bam, and then we'll go like that. And then maybe let's try this. So if we follow it, the record goes forward, it stays still, it goes forward, and then it goes back. Pop quiz. What is that? What did I just draw there? And then what did I draw here? So this one goes forward, back, stops for a bit, and then goes back again. Anyone? Anyone have a guess? I'll do one more too. Nope, not a prism. A prism has clicks. The stream is dying. Boo. Yes, Christofferson has it. We got forward tear. So 1, and then pause, and then a 2, and then 1 back. And then over here we got 1 forward, 1 back, nothing, and then 2. So 1, 2, 2 forward, 1 back. So the first one we got, so 1, 2, and then we got, and then 2 forward, 2 back. Yeah. Second, what? I mean, I disagree with that, Marcus. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think people have rhythm or they don't. I think a lot of people who think that they have rhythm and don't study theory and don't, worry about that stuff. A lot of them think that they have better rhythm than they do. You can definitely learn rhythm. I've taught so many people at this point. I've taught people who have no clue and get it eventually. Just takes practice, like anything. Um, yeah. Third one, yes, Genki. Yeah. We have 1, 2, and then 1, 2. So 1, stop, 2, and then back, stop, 2. So we have clover tear with that. So for the record control and notation, that's usually as far as I get. And honestly, unless it's a super essential part of the scratch, I rarely even notate tears. Yeah, just because a lot of techniques, like, you can tear or you cannot tear, if you want. Oh, 1 second. Set said, are these custom records or are they controls for digital music? This is just real vinyl. Yeah. It's just a record, scratch record. So, yeah, so that's our record control. Pretty much the extent of it. So you can notate any sort of tear, any baby scratch, any tear options like that. Maybe something else that would be worth covering is, like, if you're doing a baby scratch that's traveling or a technique that's traveling, you would do it something like this. Like that. So it's like a baby scratch, but you're not coming back all the way, and you're slowly moving forward. Just like that. Makes sense? Yeah. So both Kevin and Marcus, the rhythm you have it or you don't. The full quote is, rhythm you have it or you don't. That's a fallacy. It's in, what is it? Every being, every tree. It's like, yeah. Basically, Dell says that's not true. So I flipped it into a diss, but the full quote says the opposite. That's why it was a dope diss. So yeah, traveling baby scratch. And this one is useful because something like an Autobahn will use that in its notation. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Let me see. I'm trying to think of any other record stuff. So, like, okay, here's one other one. Like an M, like that would be like, as opposed to like 2 full baby scratches. So that's a useful one because there's a technique like a prism would use something like that as well. Yeah, so there's some, there's some like things, but it's always just forward and back, right? So it's like you move forward, and then if it's sloped down, you move back. And the only, like, it's all baby scratches, but the where the next baby scratch starts is an important thing to pay attention to, because usually that, if it's drawn like this, it actually, like, there's a big difference between that and this, right? So this one comes back to the beginning of the sample every time. And then this one only comes back halfway. So those are important things to pay attention to. This one's moving. Yeah, those types of things. Makes sense? Any questions on record hand movement for scratch notation? So that's kind of the big part of that's all of the lines in scratch notation. That's what it is. And then we have putting clicks. So let me just start with something very simple. So are whips like an exponent? Yeah, like I said earlier, whips, waves, blah, blah, blah. I don't really notate those. I do think there's limitations to notation, and it's not worth it. Lamp Shady, you're missing out. Yeah, there's huge. My internet sucks right now. Yeah, it's a big issue. But it just came up today. You can do 4 streams in the same room, and they're fine. And then one stream goes downhill. Yeah. So I have to hardwire the the internet. Not a big deal, but just found out today. Okay, so here's a very simple concept too, to pay attention to if you're trying to discern something from notation. If there's a click right there, so just even if, let's see, even if I see this and this, those are different. Pop quiz. Does anybody know what the difference is between these two? If you're seeing scratch notation, and you're trying to break it down, like this is the first detail before you even start the technique. This is gonna give you a clue to what's going on. The left one is not a transform, not yet at least. Open versus closed. That is right. Dal and Trollbot are correct. Yeah, so basically if there's a dot at the beginning, you're closed fader. It's a closed fader technique. And if there's no dot at the beginning, it's open fader. It's very important, because, you know, say we had something like this, and then we had something like this. These are two very different techniques, even though they look fairly similar. Can anybody tell me what? Oh, I'll do the second one. What's this technique? This is one of the easiest fader ones to notate. Most of you should have an idea of what this technique is. Not orbits. No, Marcus. We aren't there yet. Good, good, good. Chirp. That is the chirp. Now, what's this one? This one might trip some people up. It's not a crab. No, Marcus. So this, if there's one dot, it means there's one click. So a crab would have at least 3. Transform chirp. That is a made-up technique. I don't think a transform chirp is, sounds like 2 different techniques. I'll let a couple more, any more answers come through? It's not a stab, no. That's what I thought some people would say though. Yeah, so it's not a trick question. No, this is a 1 forward, 1 back transform. The reason why it's a little bit tricky is because if you write a single cycle of a technique like this, typically the closed fader, you don't repeat it like at the end, you know? like you wouldn't write it like that because that's two different clicks in it. When realistically, there's only one at the beginning. So this this click is happening at the end, but it's like when you loop it back around. There's been some people attempt to make more precise notation to indicate that. I think for everyday usage, like we're doing, it's not that useful. But some people put a half click in each one, so to kind of indicate that the click that's at the end is the same as the start. So yeah, this is just a one forward, one back transform. Just a transform scratch, just like that. Now, we'll do one more simple one. This is another one that's like, there's a few different ways of notating it, but I like to keep it very simple when I'm notating. I'm not really looking for the ultimate accuracy of notation. I'm just looking for the like the direction of the record and the click position, I think is the most useful. What scratch do we got here? Anyone got this one? That's right. That is the stab scratch. Yeah. Yes. So again, just so you guys know, some people will do like a dotted line or something to indicate that they're moving the record while the fader stays closed. But I don't know. To me, it's like a little bit redundant. Like if you just think about like if the technique ends here and then the next one starts here, like you have to bring the record back. So yeah. So that is our stab. Now let's go to another one. All right. Okay. What is the first one and what is the second one? Answers, please. Man, my internet's like getting worse as the stream goes too. Brutal. It's not a one-click flare lamp, Sheedy. There's 2 clicks in it. Okay, we got a couple good answers. Which one's a crescent flare, Wickedless Lizard? What is a crescent flare? Here, actually, to be consistent, I should do this. There we go. So you guys have this. I haven't heard anybody get this correct yet. That is, no, I would never notate. I would never notate half of a crescent. That would be a very evil thing to quiz you guys on. Half of a crescent is, I don't think half of a crescent is even totally a thing because that's just like an OG flare. I don't think there's I don't think there's a such thing as a half crescent. Okay, I'll give you guys a hint because nobody's getting it so far. So obviously there's more of a gap in the notation knowledge than I realized for you guys. What did I say about right here? Like this is the first thing to look at for any technique. What's going on right there? Tell me what this means, everyone. Everyone who's in the chat should know because I just taught about it. I'm not moving on until I get at least 5 correct answers. It's all good, Sick Wicked. This is your first stream. A lot of these guys have been here and they've seen me notate. But apparently people just like are too scared to tell me that they don't know what I'm writing. I've just been wasting my time for years writing and no one told me that they couldn't read it. Kevin, what are you saying, Kevin? Kevin, you're sentenced to doing 2 hours of tear flares for you should especially should know how to do this. Starts close. No, Genki, you're kind of overthinking some of this, like with half crescents and slices. Like a slice is just this, right? Like that's a slice. So yeah, there's no slices in any of this stuff. There's no crescent. Okay, thank you. There's not crescent. Okay, thank you. Okay, we got I think like 4 correct answers. 2 forward, 1, 2, 1. It's 2 forward, 1 back transform. It starts closed, so that's your indication. It's not a forward crab. There's no crabs. Why does everyone keep saying crabs? 2 forward, 1 back. Yeah. So it starts closed fader. Yeah, Dal I think was the first one to say. Starts closed fader, 2 notes forward, ends closed fader, right? So we're after the first note, closed fader, 1 more, closed fader, and we end closed fader because there's only 1 cycle of it, so it actually ends with that click if we're gonna loop it. So there we go. So there's a transform. Wow. And this is an OG flare. It begins open, it ends open. It's got the 2 clicks. Man, okay. I'm gonna do another one. It's because it's gonna make me mad to hear all the answers that we get from this. But let's do it. Okay. We're gonna do okay. Now one more. What's the first scratch? What's the second scratch? This is a quiz. Oh yeah, that's a good question, Chris Iverson. I'll cover that in a sec. It's like, yeah, my way of doing that would be pretty simple. let's go. Let's get some more answers. Okay, anyone else? Okay. Genki, are you trolling me right now? Are you trolling me? A crescent to forward crab. That would have 1, 2, 3. That would have 6 clicks, firstly. And it would have 2 baby scratches. Neither of these have either of those elements. Okay. Yeah. Now let's count the notes, okay? A note in when you're scratch notating is going to be the line segment between clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notes. Make sense? Starts closed. Starts closed has multiple notes in each direction. Usually that's a pretty good indicator of what we're dealing with. So we know it's probably a transform. And in this case, it is a transform. 2 forward, 2 back, 4 notes total. 2 forward, 2 back transform. 4 forward, 1 back transform. And so basically anytime there's a click at the very beginning, a click at the end of like one direction, you can put as many clicks as you want and you're going to call it a whatever number transform. It can be a 17 forward, 3 back transform or whatever. Make sense? Okay, now let's move on. That one went better than I expected. You guys are paying attention. Let's see. I was just thinking of another technique. Okay. Let's do this. 2 extremely similar techniques. Maybe, yeah, some of the names might begin to evade people, but do we know this one and then this one? That's right, Supa. 1 click flare orbit and then an I don't know from Dal. Does anybody know the I don't know? Very nice. Christopher's in. Banned for the T word. Yeah. We got 1 click flare and a crescent flare. So 1 click flare. Hey, where's my audio? Oh. I don't have my needle. Okay. 1 click flare. And then crescent flare. Genki, the only time you didn't guess crescent flare, we actually had a crescent flare. Yeah. So that's a 1 click flare orbit, and then this is a crescent flare. Crescent flare has 3 clicks. It is a 3 click based technique. It is essentially a 3 click flare. Okay. Here's a cool one. I like to do this. Okay. What do you mean you can't see me scratch? Oh, because of lag. My bad. This is a notation only class, I guess. We'll get it fixed for the next one. Growing pains of the new room. Okay, what's this one? It's not frozen enough because we're getting answers. Final Richie, I think you're lagging maybe. You might be lagging behind if you're still on the one-click player. Nice. We got some correct answers. So, just for clarity, I would say I wouldn't call it an orbit. Like, yeah, it's a 2-click flare. It is an orbit. It's a 2-click flare orbit. Oops. But is not a 4-click orbit. No. 2 forward, 2 clicks forward, 2 clicks back. So 2-click flare orbit is yeah, I would specify that. Like, there was a time, I think historically, where the orbit scratch was a 2-click flare, but you can orbit many techniques, and I think just it's a little bit more clear to say 1-click orbit, 2-click orbit, 3-click orbit. An orbit, just in case anybody doesn't know, an orbit is a technique that does the one thing forward and the same thing back. So if you do 2-click only forward, it's a 2-click. And if you do 2-click in each direction, it's forward and back. Whoa, Trollbot is way behind. He just heard the 17 forward, 3 back comment. That was like ages ago. Man, the stream really is dying. What's going on with my speed? Yeah, it's miserable. Okay. Now, this one, some people have named it, but let me just ask it. I like to phrase it like this. So, here we have a 2-click orbit. Yes. What do you call a 2-click orbit where on the second click you bring it back and then go forward into the next set of clicks? So we have 1, 2, 3 notes and 1, 2, 3 notes. But here we're changing direction on the third note, and then so it's a 2-click orbit, but we sort of bent it at the end. What do you call this one? Yep. Not a swing player. Okay. Yes, it is. It is a prism. So a prism, like a chirp flare, but the chirp is at the other end. Not quite. It's closer to an OG flare. It is an OG. It is sort of an OG flare combo, but a prism. So a prism is a 2-click orbit, except you change directions on the second and third clicks. Now, what do you call a 2-click orbit where on each click you add another change of direction? I don't know what an M flare is. Sounds like another made-up technique. So it's a 2-click orbit, but instead we're changing direction on this click and this click. So we change direction on the clicks. You can add tears to a prism, yeah. Like the official prism like pattern has tears under the clicks, but to me it's like, I don't know. I don't think. I think the most useful and important aspect of the prism is the click pattern that mirrors itself like that. Yeah. So now we have a 2-click orbit, but we are changing direction on the clicks. And you already changed direction on this note right here. So we're just adding it on the clicks. Soup is out. He can't deal with the lag. No, it's all good. We'll yeah. Yeah, nothing I can do about it right now. I will get it sorted. It's just annoying that it was fine the last few days and then it just decided today that it was gonna lag. Boo. Yep. Okay. So this is the boomerang scratch. So the boomerang is it's basically again is a 2-click flare. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then a boomerang goes. You're just changing direction on the clicks, but it is essentially just a 2-click technique. So that's why these techniques and a couple others, but these ones are ones that I consider in the 2-click family because they are just 2-click flares. The fader moves the exact same for all of these scratches. The exact same speed, the exact same rhythm, every single aspect of it. I can do it to a beat, but I feel like the lag is kind of makes it not worth it today. I can definitely do it another time. Isn't the open one an Aquaman? I mean, I just call it a boomerang. To me, it's always been a boomerang. Aquaman was a name added later, which I definitely don't like because it's the same technique, closed fader or open fader. To me, calling the open fader and closed fader boomerang a different technique or a different name is like saying a 2-click flare. If you start it like going backwards, that's now a strudel flare. You know, it's like it's literally just the same technique, but you're starting in a different place in the pattern. Or if you start like a chirp at the end and you do like you start chirps going backwards, or is that now I don't know, a hamster call or something? I don't know. I can't think of anything. But to me it's like, yeah, the Aquaman is a redundant, useless name for a technique. Yeah, exactly. It's just reverse. Yeah. So it's just that's why I think open fader boomerang, closed fader boomerang. I've drawn it out before on notation. I will draw it out. Why not? We'll show it here. Let's just do a close fader boomerang. So this is a close fader boomerang, and then an open fader boomerang is there, to here. So that's why I don't like calling it a different technique, because it's literally in. If the technique is in itself when you loop it, then it's not a different technique. The Everest, the M scratch, and the Charlie Brown. Are those techniques? I've never heard of any of them. Maybe, but yeah. Does that make sense? Let's see. Let's do one more. So we got a dot right at the beginning. We know what that means, right? What is that technique? Let's do one more too. Another dot at the beginning. What do you guys say? What is number 1 and number 2? Number 1, number 2. Any guesses? We have no guesses so far. Number 1, number 2. So you can sort of think of it as a slice to one-click orbit, but that's not exactly the case. It's not a combo. Neither of these are combos. No, this is a trick question. This is a trick question. They are not transforms. So when there's a close fader at the beginning, it's a closed fader technique, but it's only really a transform if there's a closed fader at the other end, which there isn't on either of these, or if there's multiple notes in the same direction, that usually indicates a transform, but neither of these had that. So these ones are both somewhat anomalies. They're more newer techniques, which is, yeah, probably why they sort of are an exception. Yeah. All right. I'll give that one. So this is an Autobahn. 6-note Autobahn for the first one. You guys can still guess on the second, but the first one. You can't really attribute fast or slow to these because there is no time on these techniques. Yeah. So you don't. The one I notated was this. Yeah, perhaps that's why I notated. You never know. Yeah, 6-note Audubon. And then this last one. Any questions? Or not questions? Any guesses? I'll do it. Now do you guys know what that is? Ooh wee da da. I think maybe someone can get it from the sound. There we go. Death Switch got it. Yeah, it's a swing player. Which, especially when you look at the notation, it really is mind-boggling why it's called a swing player. Nobody really knows. I don't know who named it that, but they definitely were doing a disservice to us as learners and teachers, because it is not a flare in any definition of the word flare, how we use it, but that's a swing flare. It is a swing flare. Whatever, and yeah, and it's also not swung. It's the maybe the most confusing name of any technique. Yeah, the swing flare that's not swung or a flare. Yeah, so that's a swing flare. Yeah. But I guess here's a takeaway though, is like even if you don't know what the techniques are named, if you like hear a technique and see the notation, you should be able to like follow along with it, right? So we start closed, and then the first movement is forward and open, and then backwards, and you close the fader again, and then you go forward and you click once, and then you go forward and open, and then back and we click again, and then we pull back, and then if it loops, we close again. So just like that. And then you can follow along with the swing flare. What up, JTech? Yeah. So if you're using notation, like that's what I like about it, is when you get your head around it, is you can sort of break stuff down in like there's no time. You don't have to like follow along with a video and like try and follow along with movements or sound or anything like that. You can just look and you can kind of like trace it. When you get a handle of it, you can trace the scratch with your scratching. And so yeah, scratch notation can be useful for getting down like the exact click positions and the muscle memory of new techniques. Makes sense? All right. I'm going to take off because my internet is just not getting any better. And I am going to troubleshoot. Yeah, I'm going to try and maybe I'll be on later for a scratch session if I get this hardwired. I should have the stuff to hardwire it. I just have to look around. Womp womp. Anyways, hope that you guys still got a little something from the notation class. Yeah, it's a bummer I couldn't get deeper with it and demonstrate everything. But we should be good to go next session. Once we're hardwired. All right, everyone, take it easy. Thank you for hanging out and dealing with the lag. We'll be back.